Hello everyone, it's Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey. Today I'm coming to you with more test results. It seems like every couple of videos I come with more test results because I keep having tests. So this time we had a PET scan, and that was last week, and I'm happy to share that we saw some really good news. If you remember from the first time I talked about the PET scan, what that is they inject a radioactive dye into my bloodstream and let it circulate, and then they do some imaging around that. And what we're looking for is what's the intensity of the dye in the different areas where I have the cancers. So in particular, in my liver, we want to look at those spots and see how bright those spots are compared to how bright they were back in April when we did our last PET scan. Happy to share that those spots are not as bright as they were in April, which means the cancer cells aren't as active as they were in April. So the regimen and treatment that we're doing is helping and moving us in the right direction. So excited about that. Today, I also had an abdominal ultrasound paracentesis. And what that was is they used an ultrasound to see about fluid that is in what they call the third spaces. So it has leaked out of organs or the intestinal tract and is in those empty spaces around your organs and putting pressure on those organs. And the thought was that this could be what was causing me to have the discomfort and pain in my stomach area. The technician, her name was Holly, she was really great. And she looked around and she saw a little bit of fluid, brought the doctor in, and he confirmed and said, yeah, let's go ahead and drain this. And then we were going to send a sample of that off to the lab just to make sure that there wasn't any surprises in the fluid itself. Well, it turns out when they put the needle in and started to drain, the fluid kept coming. And there was a lot more than what Holly or I had expected. At the end, they drained 2.4 liters of fluid out of my abdominal cavity area. And if you're not into metrics, that's a little over half a gallon of water that was pulled out of my system. Immediately, I began to feel better. I wasn't having the pressure in my stomach that I had before. And then today, I actually had 3 meals. I had breakfast, I had lunch, and I had dinner, and I'm doing pretty good. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the results from that. And we're happy that I believe that we've addressed the issue that I was having that was preventing me from eating. And so we're going to keep an eye on that, but we're excited that it's moving things in the right direction. We're excited that the PET scan showed less activity than we saw in April. So we're going to continue with our chemotherapy. My next session is on Friday. We are going to pull it down a dose. So if you remember, when I talked about the full Fox treatment, you can do the full amount, -1, -2, -3. They're all effective. It's just the different dosages. And so we're going to drop down to a -1 just to see if that also helps. But we also learned that the hydration that I've been doing may have been part of causing this extra fluid, because when you take in IV hydration, there's a greater chance of it going into these third or tertiary spaces, as opposed to if you're hydrating through drinking. And so I'm going to be really focused on hydrating through drinking, so we don't have to do as much IV hydration, and hope that that helps us as we move forward with treating this disease. For my gratitude moment, I am grateful for a colleague of mine at work. They have sent me over the course of this past year 3 care packages. And what I love about the care packages that I receive from them is that they're full of surprises. They seem to be never ending. They're big boxes and they just have stuff after stuff after stuff. But it's not just random stuff. You could tell that they watch my videos. For instance, this last time, included were 2, packets of flavoring that you can put in your water that had electrolytes. So they heard that, when I'm trying to stay hydrated, I need to drink electrolytes, not just plain water. And so they included that in the care package. And so I'm not calling them out by name because I didn't let them know that I was going to do this, but I do want them to know that I'm grateful for their care packages over the past year and for the thoughtfulness that goes into each of those. And like I said, what seems like a never ending bounty when I open the box of all these goodies that just bring a smile to my face and make me feel good, cared, and loved for. My name's Craig. I'm with One Man's Cancer Journey, and I wish for you a blessed week.